much warmer in here, boy. I tell you what. Oh no, I need some lights on. Turn on the lights. Mm-hmm. Yo, yo, yo. Hi. Hello, Mr. Gimpy. How's it going? I literally just woke up from a nap. I've had a long work week. Had to work on my off night last night, so it just kind of messed up my sleep schedule. And by sleep schedule, I mean like, I haven't really, it's been 48 hours and I may have slept maybe enough to compensate for one of those days. A catfish conference, that's cool. Well, we might need to swap contact information because when I start targeting trophy catfish, I'm gonna need some advice because I will admit that catfishing is not something that I've done a lot of. Like, you know, I've caught catfish fishing for other fish, but I want to catch some big boys, and I know uh, a lot of the key to good catfishing is having the right bait and probably being in the right places. I'm gonna try to pull this up on here. No, you're the only one in here. I gave it a few minutes. Watch Catfish Dave. He's from Knoxville, Tennessee. And Dieter Milhorn. Okay. Catfish Dave, what's that, like YouTube channel, I'm assuming? I'm gonna if I can screenshot that so I can save it. Okay. Alright, I screenshot it so I didn't forget. Cool. Well, I will definitely do that. Because I got a couple target species to get out of the way. Oh, hang on. I gotta pause that. We've got 3 more viewers. Hello, everybody. Mr. Gimpy says he follows me on Fishbrain. Cool. Is your name Mr. Gimpy on Fishbrain too? So I can see who you are, like look at your catches and stuff. Cool, cool. Well, I was just talking to Mr. Gimpy about catfishing because he's at a catfish conference, and whenever I go start targeting trophy catfish for Tennessee Angler Recognition Program, I'm definitely going to need some lots of tips, tricks, and advice for that. But hello to anyone who just joined. I look a little crazy. I'm a little tired. I've worked a lot this week. I had to work last night, which is supposed to be an off night for me. Haven't really been sleeping as much as I should the past couple days, but I just woke up from a little nap ski, so I'll be okay. Okay, well, if anyone that's just joining, like, say hi in the chat so I know who you are. I'm trying to talk about some fishing stuff. I need to figure out how we can do call-ins. I tried asking my son for help, but he told me that I'm gonna need a laptop, which I don't use a laptop for anything else, like for editing and stuff. I use my iPad, so I'm wondering if there's a way that I can take calls while live streaming with the iPad and just my cell phone. So if anyone joining knows anything about how, or any like apps or programs I can use or download on my iPad to take calls on the live stream, because I've seen it done before on live streams where you're able to take like callers and you can talk to the person while you're live streaming, and the other viewers can hear the entire conversation. So that way we can um, interact more and be more engaged and tell fishing stories and swap advice and fishing information that way. So I guess I might have to look into it more myself and stop trying to get answers from my kids, because I go to them for a lot of like tech savvy stuff. So I suppose I can try to look it up and figure it out myself. Because it would be cool. Google Voice. Okay. Ooh, thank you. I'm going to screenshot that so I can keep that as a, because I think that'd make live streams more interesting. Um, and also trying to fish while live stream. A couple weeks ago, I tried to do a live stream while fishing, and like it totally slipped my mind that not everywhere I fish has service. And as a matter of fact, a lot of places I fish are remote and I don't have service. So I don't know why I was thinking that that would work out, because I got there and it just kept disconnecting. So it was just a fail altogether. So I guess that's one thing I got to keep in mind when I plan live streams uh while fishing is, am I going to have service here? So I guess it's going to be like trial and error, because like I said, now that I think about it, a lot of places I go fishing, like I don't really get calls or texts, and once I get back into like service range, I start getting all my calls or all my texts that I missed and stuff. So um I guess I'll just have to be more careful as a future reference that I might not have service everywhere. But taking calls whenever we just chat would would be a good way to uh, be engaged more when we discuss fishing stuff. And as far as live stream fishing, I just gonna have to just, I don't know, just I guess just do what I did last time. If it works, it works. If it don't, it don't. But I do have some good news as far as my fishing, because um I'm still, it's still sauger season for me. I still have at least a good month of sauger fishing left before crappie fishing starts moving in here in Tennessee. So I did get some good news about my boat, since the places I fish for sauger I can only access by boat. So I actually got a call from my marine mechanic today, and he told me that he fixed what he needed to fix on with the key switch panel. But he told me something, he had to get something in order to fix the two gauges that were messed up, and he didn't want to order it without asking me because it was like $168. I'm like, yo, go ahead and order it. So he said uh, he made it. He wasn't like direct to the point as to when he was gonna be done, but he told me um something about by the middle of next week he'll have the parts. So I'm thinking hopefully by next weekend I can go fishing, because I think next weekend would be great. The weather looks good. Um, so I know I only got 3 people watching, but I know a lot of the times people will click on the live and they might leave. So it might be like different people coming in and out of the chat. So um, I just lost my train of thought. Oh, but yeah, no, what I was gonna say was, well, anyways, I live in Middle Tennessee, so the weather, it seems like the weather's crazy all around the world right now, or it's been, but the weather here in the winter is crazy. It's like December is like literally like mild, and then you get into January, and that's typically when we might have like maybe one good snowstorm, ice storm. This year we actually got hit with 2. We've got just like a little bit of aftermath from our last ice storm that we had. The second one this year, it wasn't as bad as the first one. Nowhere near as bad as the first one. Um, but with all the stuff melting off, it looks like the river is starting to clear up, but it still has to drain into the main river, and the main river, the Tennessee River, that's where I like to go target the saugers. So once it starts clearing up a little bit, I'm gonna get out there, because I have a hard time finding them, and plus I don't feel comfortable being, because I'm still somewhat I guess an amateur boater. So I don't like getting out there on the main river when there's a lot of debris floating down and current. So, which current, that's fine, but it's, I mean, obviously, when there's more currents and water moving from a lot of precipitation or runoff or melt from snow and ice, it's going to carry a lot of logs and debris. So I won't wait for some of that to clear up. But we've got like, looking at the weather, we got like a whole week of good weather. So if I got a boat to use next weekend, we're good. It also, oh wait, hang on, Mr. Gimpy, East Tennessee here in the mountains. You know what's crazy about Tennessee? It's like how Tennessee's broken down into three parts. Um, it's like East Tennessee is just, it's almost completely different from Middle Tennessee. It's almost like two different freaking states in one. But I'd really like to go out there and fish. I want to go fish some of the streams in the mountains, do some trout fishing. That's one thing I have on my roster. Because as far as my fishing and what I target, I'm working on getting all the species for Tennessee Angler Recognition Program, which is also going to include the rainbow trout, brook trout, and I'm pretty sure maybe lake trout is on there too. That I think that's the three species of trout on tarp. And I would love to go fly fish some of the streams up there in the mountains. I haven't fly fished in several years, but it's definitely something I want to get back into and get the right gear to go get it done, because that would be freaking awesome. Country Kirby, what up? I'm good. I had mentioned earlier that I just woke up from a nap. I'm tired. Had to work a lot this week, so I'm just all kinds of messed up as far as my sleep schedule goes, but it's fine. Having fishing withdrawals, though, that's the bad part. Mr. Gimpy, east, middle, and west. Once past Knoxville, it's Cumberland Plateau. Yeah, here, crap, I done forgot my geography as far as what Middle Tennessee was. So if you know, please refresh my memory. Some of the best trout fishing in South Houston in East Tennessee. Okay. Yeah, because I've heard that there's some good trout fishing up there. Well, at least I haven't heard of South Houston, but I heard that East Tennessee does have some good places for trout fishing. It'd be very exciting. South Holston. Oh, I said, okay, South Holston. Okay. Cool. I think that'd be a lot of fun. It'd take me back to my childhood. I fly fished a lot as a child with my uncle, so I think it would just be like, it's probably give me a good sense of nostalgia whenever I do start targeting trout with a fly rod. Here close to home, there is one place for good trout fishing, and that's on the Caney Fork River. The Caney Fork River, it's absolutely beautiful. It's a great place to get on the kayak and fish, or take a like a drift boat or something. I'm almost pretty sure you can't run motors through there, or at least there might be like certain parts that are designated strictly for just like vessels that don't have motorized outboards and stuff. I could be wrong though, so if you want to know for sure, definitely look that up. But I know there's some good trout fishing on the Caney Fork. I've paddled it a couple of times and fished with just like trout magnets and worms. I hadn't actually fly fished it, but a lot of people do go out there and fly fish. And I've caught a lot of like little rainbow trout and brook trout in there. No giants, but I have seen giants because the water's so clear. So I've paddled over some giants, so I know they're in there. But those big trout are smart, and I feel like the best way to catch them is using a fly rod and knowing the right stage the flies are in, because I think the fish know. So I guess I should probably know what they're eating. Country Kirby, I was gonna pay to fish in Gatlinburg. Tennessee, but they were taxing to fish. Yeah, I know there's a lot of like guide services, guides that will take you fishing, which I've thought about that because my uncle used to guide. He's taken people on guided trips down the Asable River in Michigan to fly fish. But yeah, like I feel like guided trips are just expensive, period. For my 30th birthday, I think it was either my 30th or 29th birthday a few years ago, I was trying to get a charter on don't laugh at me if I say this wrong, Lake Chickamauga, because I wanted to go target my trophy largemouth bass in December, like in the wintertime. Um, and it was months. It was like maybe 6 or so months um before, I don't know, it was like early in the year when I had reached out to one of these charter services and they never reached back to me. And then um I can't remember who or how I found out, but I was told that a lot of those guide services are busy and you gotta reach out to them like a year or so in advance to try to get set up. But yeah, they're taxing. Even when I've looked into like deep sea fishing charters, expensive. Honestly, I would like to get into that as a side hustle, side business, but there's I mean, it's totally doable. You know, you'd have to, of course, you'd have to invest some money in getting it started up and stuff, but um I would, I mean, not that I'm not like a fellow angler that likes to swap fishing spots and share advice with fishing, but I would just really hate to go show someone all my fishing spots, like several people, if it did get like successful. And then when I'm trying to fish on my off day, I go there and someone's fishing my spot, I might be a little butthurt. So I don't think I'd get into it. I don't think I would get into guiding. And plus, I'm kind of shy, so you know, what if I take someone on a guided trip and like they kill me or something? I don't want that. That'd be a terrible way to go out. Someone murder you while you're fishing. But yeah, that crap's expensive. There's some good money in it. Mr. Gimpy, Brad Pitt fly fishes the area after being in a movie called A River Runs Through It. I've never heard of that. Well, that it must be pretty popular then. Angie Fishing. Hello, girly. Hey, what's up? How is it going? Country Kirby, next time I'm gonna ask you to take me fishing. Well, I would take you fishing, Country Kirby. Um, I'd hate to take a stranger fishing and then they kill me or something. But no, you're cool though. Um, okay, where I forgot where you're from. Country Kirby. So you're obviously somewhere down south. But we should do a fishing trip one day. That'd be a lot of fun. Definitely. That's something I have been wanting to do. Um, is like find other people to go fishing with that enjoy it just as much as I do. Um, there's uh there's this one guy, Suburban Hunt. I wanted to go. I think I'm saying their YouTube channel right. I could be wrong, but I'll figure it out. If even if it's in the next live stream, I'll get the right name. But it might be called Suburban Hunt. But they're out of Tennessee, and they do a lot of like catching cooks, and they got hunting stuff on their page. But I found they do some good walleye fishing, and uh, I wanted to go do some walleye fishing with them this past winter, but didn't get an opportunity to because work schedules and stuff. And but it's on the roster. But I do have Fish Brain to anyone that's just joining the live stream, and I also have I put all of this in my description, or whatever like the bio is on the YouTube page, like my Snapchat, and I just made an Instagram and Fish Brain. That way you guys can reach out to me since I haven't figured out how to take calls yet. That way I can get some stuff in the works as far as getting like planning fishing trips, because I would really like to link with my fellow fishing family and friends to go fishing. Country Kirby, that's why I wanted to go, but I just went to the theme park instead. Oh wait, oh y'all are talking. I'm so sorry. I didn't miss some of these. I'm not really good at this. Okay, so you're from Mississippi, Country Kirby. Okay. I can't remember. Oh, my lights went off. I'm sorry. I'm in the car because there are a lot of kids in the house right now. I'm at my boyfriend's house, so I got my kids and he's got his kids, and it would be a lot of screaming, so I had to come out here. Be a whole lot of screaming. Angie fishing below Norris Dam is good. Um, what is catfish or trout? Because we were talking about catfishing and trout, or is it just good in? So you might see some screenshots throughout the chat because I'm trying to save some of this information you guys are giving me because with me being so tired, my brain's probably not absorbing information the way it needs to be. Mr. Gimpy said he went to Dollywood. I love Dollywood. Splash Country is a lot of fun. I haven't been in several years, but definitely would like to go back. That way I can do some fishing in that area too. That'd be a lot of fun. Country Kirby, have you heard of Creek Fishing Adventures? Yeah, I've heard of Creek Fishing Adventures. John, that's the name of the guy on Creek Fishing Adventures. I've been watching his videos for years, cause he kayak fishes a lot, and that's my thing. So if I run into a channel and someone does like kayak fishing and stuff, especially here in Tennessee, I definitely follow because that's right up my alley. And if ever I'm at home and I got like the itch to fish and I can't go fishing, like that's how it's kind of one way that I deal with my fishing withdrawals is I'll just watch fishing videos, or I even will watch like just like if it's not like a fishing vlog, I might go watch like in information, like learn how to tie like new knots and stuff because I'd really want to get proficient in tying knots. So um, I'm getting off track. But yes, I've heard of him. Angie Fishing. John lives in my town. Creek. I can't read. I'm sorry. John lives in my town. Creek Fishing Adventures is in. Okay. Oh, that's cool. Mr. Gimpy. Creek Fishing Adventures is great. He's in the Chattanooga area. Okay. Yeah, I knew he did a lot of fishing in East Tennessee. Angie Fishing. He don't live in Chattanooga, but close. Trout. Okay, trout fishing below Norris Dam. I'm gonna have to look up and see where that is, see how far from home. Because if there's if ever I want to fish a place that's over like an hour and a half, like two, however many hours, if I gotta travel, I have to plan in advance around my work schedule because things are really hectic. But I'm gonna look up and see where that is because I do gotta target my trophy trout. They're spawning. Angie Fishing, they spawning there now near a creek. Heck yeah! What kind of trout? It's just like all trout, or is there a certain species of trout spawning there right now? Mr. Gimpy, below Norris Dam is great trout. Okay, yeah, that's what Angie Fishing was saying, that Norris Dam is good for trout. What kind of trout? Was it just trout in general? Is there like a certain species that hangs out there for spawning? Because trout fishing is a lot of fun, and trout taste delicious too. So that's another plus side to trout fishing. If you want to have take fish home and eat it, trout's one of my favorite freshwater fish to eat. It's freaking delicious. I'm from Michigan, so it's like one thing I grew up doing was trout fishing, and we would um, keep them and eat them. Good eating, really good eating. Mr. Gimpy, next year, mark your calendar for 3 Knoxville Fishing Expo. Great stuff and lots of networking for you and your channel. Uh, I'm going to save that. I'll have to look that up. That way I can plan in advance. I've got a couple of things in mind to do because as soon as the boat comes out of the shop, I want to get back to Cordell Hall, which is like 2 hours from me. So I'd have to like take a day off work to go to get out there. Because when I went fishing out there in December, it was freaking awesome. So I want to explore it more. But I would love to go to a fishing expo, and going up there in Knoxville in that area would probably present some good fishing opportunities too. Yeah, y'all keep giving me this advice. I need it. Um I need to plan my next trips. Angie Fishing Traveler, 2 hours north to Norris Dam and caught two really large trout. I'm not good trout fishermen. Both were large rainbows. My last video I did was that fishing trip. Okay, I'm gonna have to check that out because big rainbow trout would be a lot of fun to catch. What were you using to catch them? Because last time I went trout fishing, I was using trout magnets and worms. But I was just catching little ones, and that was on the Caney Fork River. But it was like the dead heat of the summer too. I seen big ones because the water was really clear, but never was able to catch them. Um, W. Buchanan, best way to cook trout. I've never tried it. Well, growing up, we didn't, trout was something we never fried. We would just stick it on the grill. We'd either grill it and like foil and eat it or cook it in the oven in foil. Um, but trout's good grilled or baked. Um, yeah, it's one of those. I probably wouldn't fry it up. Just grill it, bake it, put some lemon on it, some herbs, some butter. Really, really, really simple. As far as cleaning it, I haven't cleaned a trout in a very long time. I mean, I used to know as a kid because my grandma and my uncle would show me, but honestly, it's been so long since I cleaned one. You might have to go double back on that, and I'd have to double back on it too. But as far as cooking it after you do get it cleaned, um, bake that sun gun or grill it. Good, really good. Salt, pepper, and lemon. Yeah, Mr. Gimpy, that lemon really sets it off. Some butter, making me hungry. Perfect level fishing adventure. Hey, what's going on? Not too much. We're just doing some talk fishing this evening. A little sleepy, a little crazy. Work's consuming my freaking life, man. Having fishing withdrawals. So if you're just now joining the chat, this is what it looks like when somebody's having fishing withdrawals. No, I'm just kidding. You can't see it in my face, but I definitely am. Um, but we're thinking next weekend we'll be able to get out. Um, so that's what's going on. A whole lot of nothing right now. Angie Fishing. Okay, so you use jerk baits. Oh, okay. Um, that reminds me. Okay, so this past summer when I was visiting family in Michigan, um, we went down the Asable River, and my one uncle that lives up there, I was telling him, I'm like, okay, so I got tackle that I would use in Tennessee rivers and streams. I'm just gonna use it. But he gave me like, um, I call it a mini jerk bait, but the brand name is X Wrap, which it just looks like a little mini jerk bait. Um, but he gave it to me. We used them for walleye fishing, and we were catching walleye. But whenever I was paddling the Sable River, I caught a trout using one, and it just like blew my mind. I'm like, yo, I didn't know they ate these. So okay. And I was wondering if anyone, I can't remember if I put it in the comment or the description of that video that I fished the Asable River in. Um, I was wondering if anyone else had ever caught trout using the X wraps or the mini jerk baits. Because I didn't know they ate those. It kind of blew my mind. I'm like, dang, okay. So that's good to know because I really like using the well, I call it the mini jerk bait. I haven't personally used the big jerk bait for trout, but the little X wraps, they have all kinds of different kinds that sink to different level or different depths and stuff. Like it's really just like a multi-species slayer, man. I love those things. I got my kids some of those X wrap mini jerk baits for Christmas, and I really need to go get me some. I need to get me some more because whenever I was because I don't have a lot of I probably got like one or two X wraps in my arsenal, and I really need to probably get like a whole box of them because whenever I was using them in Michigan, I was using my uncle's, and he probably had every bit of 100 of them sun guns and all types of colors and sizes. So that's definitely something I need to add to the arsenal.
are those X wraps because they're freaking awesome, man. Country Kirby, salt, pepper, lemon, butter, rolled in full and put on the grill. Okay, so yeah, grilled. We're back to the how to cook the trout now. Angie Fishing, go when they are running generators. Yeah, that's whenever I fish Pickwick or Cordell Hall, I like to go. Seems like the fishing's always better when they're running the generators. W. Buchanan sounds good. Yeah, I'm hungry now talking about cooking trout. I haven't ate a good trout meal in a minute. Perfect level fishing adventure. In Kentucky, we still flooded and snow everywhere. Mm. Yeah, it's getting better here where I live. Um, every day when I drive over the Duck River, I'm looking at that. I use that as kind of because I kind of use that as my gauge. I mean, I go to the TVA website too to look at water levels. Um, but I also, when I'm driving over the bridge, I always look at it because the Duck River here in Middle Tennessee, where I live, is the lower Duck River watershed. So we get all the rain has from upstate has to come down and it has to feed into the main river too. So once I see it starting to clear up, I know that uh, the main river itself is on its way to clear up too. But it was really bad a few days ago. It was really bad. Like down the street from my house, the boat river for the duck ramp or duck ramp, the boat ramp for the Duck River, over the course of a few days, it just kept getting higher and higher to where it was in the parking lot. And I was on my way home from work one morning, and I seen this guy. He was parked right on the edge where the water was up on the parking lot. He was fishing. I'm like, yeah, he's got the right idea, man. But it can be hard. It can be hard not navigating. You don't want to take a boat out in the flood water, but it can be tricky fishing the water like that when it's flooded. That's something I really don't have a lot of experience in. Like honestly, when I see the water is up like that, I'm like, oof, I'm not paddling that. I'm not putting my boat in that. But yeah, this weather sucks. That's one thing. Like December in Middle Tennessee, freaking excellent. Like I love the weather in December. But when it gets into January and even sometimes here into February, man, you might have a week where it's like 60, 65, maybe even 70 degrees. And then the next week it's 30s, or 30 degrees and snowy. And it's like, oh, stresses me out. Because I'm from Michigan. It's like we have all four seasons up there and they don't intermingle. Like when it's winter. When it's spring, it's spring. When it's fall, it's fall. When it's summer, it's summer. Here it can be in the winter, it can be freaking spring, and then it can be winter again the next day. So you really just never know what to expect. So I'm like constantly looking at the weather. Constantly. Every day I'm looking at the weather to see what the heck's going on. But it looks like if the weather pattern does not change by next weekend, it's going to be an excellent time to go at Target Sauger because I can, if the mechanics done with my boat, we can probably go limit out and get into them in numbers because I'm pretty sure by then um, the main river will be good and the creeks might be draining out, and that'd be a good time to go try to get them. Because I've been telling y'all I want to do a catch and cook with the Sauger, and it's gonna happen. The only thing that's been stalling me is the freaking boat situation. That's what happens when you buy a used boat that's over 10 years old. um, Angie Fishing is saying what up to uh Perfect. So I'm assuming y'all know each other. That's cool. Look, we got a whole squad in here. We all need to we all need to try to contact each other. So if you're new in the chat or just joining the live stream, be sure you go to the description, the bio, whatever you call that thing. I think it's called a bio. The bio on my channel. It has ways to contact me. Besides on here, since I haven't figured out how to take calls on the live chat, contact me. I would really like to the people that I engage with here in the live streams, the past couple of times that I've done them and that watch my videos. I would really like to try to do like fishing collabs. I think that'd be a lot of fun, just it'd be good, like good for my soul. Good, good. It'd even be good if like you got a channel. Like I think it would be good. I think it would benefit everyone. And plus, what one angler don't know, the next angler might know. There's still a lot of stuff I need to learn, and um, some of you guys might be able to show me or teach me or tell me. W. Buchanan, they stock a creek with trout about 1 hour from here, but I've never tried to catch them. We have an absolutely beautiful stream here, really like in the area I live. They used to stock trout in it, but they stopped stocking trout in it. I'm not exactly sure why, but um, it's still fun to fish. I fished it this summer. Uh, it's kind of hard to access though. There's a lot of posted, so it's like you once you get in the water, for the most part, you're good because if you're paddling a navigable stream, I'm pretty sure I have this understanding correctly. If you're paddling a navigable stream, even if it's running along someone's rock bar, you're fine. I mean, of course, they say people can own the land under the water, but if you're floating on the water, like you're technically not trespassing. So a lot of the times, if you can get into the stream without having to trespass, you're good. So I was just really, really, really wanting to fish this beautiful stream that they stock trout in because I was looking up and I'm like, well, of course they have other fish besides trout in here. I would just like to check it out because it's beautiful, um, from what I've seen. So it actually turns out the mouth of this particular stream runs into the bigger river, like just right down the street from my house. So um, the boat ramp down the street, I just put my kayak in and I'll paddle upstream. It's maybe a quarter of a mile from the boat ramp, and I just go to the mouth, access it that way. That way, I don't have to trespass or anything. Um, in this past summer when I did that, it was like dried up for maybe like a half mile before it finally reached the water. So we dragged our kayaks and we fished it, but it was freaking amazing because of course there was fish trapped in there because they couldn't swim out to the bigger river. And of course that first hole, um, where the water started, was just freaking loaded. I actually nicknamed it the smallmouth oasis because it looked like a little oasis. It was really neat. I ended up going back there like I think two more times after I went back there the first time to fish it. Really clear water, so it was hard to catch some of those fish. Um, but it was still a neat experience. I was hoping that maybe I could find a trout in there, just like a stray trout, but um, I didn't catch any. I didn't even see any, so I don't know. I know the main river it feeds into the Duck River. I know they have trout. They got all kinds of species of fish, but um, that's one thing I probably have to look up more where they like places that they do stock trout. Because the only place that I really have any knowledge over here in Tennessee of where to or how and where to catch trout is Caney Ford. Country Kirby. I'm a night shift work like you were. It's been chill so far. Yeah, I've been on third shift for over 2 years now. Boy, that first year working third shift, I tell you what, it was a great year. You know why? Because I'm like, man, I can go to work. I don't have to worry about stress as much about childcare for the kids because they're sleeping when I'm at work, so they're easier for my mom to watch, or whoever's watching them, which most of the time is my mom. And I'm like, and I can get off work and I can go fishing, and then I can have my whole day. Boy, I did that for a whole year, and it caught up with me. It caught up with me. I got into that second year of working, and I quit doing that because I couldn't tell you, especially the first spring of me working third shift. Um, there was like at least 3 days that I called out because your girl was tired. I would get home at like 6 or 7 from fishing, and I would probably do this like once a week. Um, and I'd try to go to sleep and try to get like 2 hours of sleep before I went into work. And I did it for a while, but then it caught up to me, and I'm like, yo, there was a couple of days
I was tired. And hang on, what's the car saying? Auto power off to conserve battery. Ooh, I probably need to start the car. Okay. Make sure this music don't start blasting. I'm sorry. Yes, so yeah, I was loving third shift that first year, which I don't hate it now, but I quit doing that where I get off work and go fishing if I have work again that same night. But
nobody knew it. And now if I don't get my 7 hours of sleep, I'm tired and I'm grumpy and I can't function properly at work. So I quit doing that. But I like third shift. It's chill and it makes it easier to manage the kids and like appointments. Because I don't know if I've told you guys, but I work in manufacturing. So it's like, of course, when you work in manufacturing, it's all like supply and demand. So whatever they're demanding, we got to freaking supply. So and it's car seats, like automotive car seats. So um, they're always needed. So it's crazy work. Working in a freaking plant is um, it's freaking crazy work. Which I mean, working period's crazy, but it definitely it definitely ties up my life during the week and the kids and stuff. Um, but it is what it is. Like I might go to first shift here or try to do a first shift. I might try to do that in the next few months, just cause like I'm in a relationship now, so if it starts getting more serious than it is, then I might need to change my shifts just to make life a little bit easier in that department. But yeah, third shift's pretty chill, Country Kirby. I'm gonna be sad when I have to leave third shift because I done got used to it now. The nightlife is my life. Perfect level fishing. Hey, said hey Angie. Okay, so y'all are gang 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 gang. Mr. Gimpy, hey perfect. Okay, so Mr. Gimpy knows perfect too. Dang, all right. Let me join the squad, the fishing squad. Hey perfect. I'm in Louisville right now at the Catfish Conference. Perfect level fishing adventure, right on. Dang, perfect level. Everybody knows you. I know you from comments on my video. That's all though. I know that you have your channel too. Dude, it's so cold. I can't see the temperature. My car's not telling me, or truck's not telling me the temperature it is outside. But I know it's cold because I had to put my toboggan on. Country Kirby, aren't trout very aggressive? I've never caught one. Um, I suppose it depends. I know whenever I catch them, I have a hard time like holding them because they want to flop out of my hands. So I guess suppose they are pretty aggressive. I can imagine the big ones are too. Angie fishing, they spawn and they are aggressive right now. Yeah, it seems like a lot of fish are, well, of course, fish are aggressive when they spawn, but um, I wonder if in general, I don't know. Mr. Gimpy, segmented Rapala J11 for brown trout. Okay, yes, I like Rapala X wraps. Like this past year, I've really have grown to love the Rapala, like Rapala lures in general. X wraps, jointed minnows. They got a lot of good stuff. Like Team freaking Rapala over here. I swear. I'm gonna get me a whole like tackle box and just fill them with Rapalas, different ones. Hell, I might even do two. Um, that's definitely on my bucket list to add to the fishing arsenal. I freaking love Rapala. And it's cool that they catch trout too because Rapala's especially like the X-ray. I feel like every Rapala lure that I have fished with is really easy to fish. It's pretty much just a cast and retrieve type ordeal. You just gotta make sure you're using the right one because certain ones dive to a certain depth or sink at a certain rate. Uh, so, but overall, it's a easy lure to fish and it catches fish. W. Buchanan, Putica, Kentucky here. Okay, hello, Putica, Kentucky. Angie fishing. Tennessee River is finally starting to clear up. Good. I'm hoping to get out there next weekend. That's if my marine mechanic's done with the boat. It's just like simple. It's crazy because he's had it for so long, but and it's just like simple fixes, but simple as in simple for someone else because I can't do it. But I can't wait to get out to the Tennessee River and do some sauger fishing. Like I'm fiending for the sauger, fiending to catch them because they're fun to catch. But I also am trying to eat some too. I haven't had a sauger fish fry because last year I didn't keep any of them, but the year before that we did. So I'm due for a good sauger fish fry, and I'm waiting for it to clear up. But the way the weather's looking, it's if it stays like this, be some good fishing out there. Probably in the next few days, but of course I'm not gonna be able to get out there in the next few days. But gosh, man, I can't wait. Talking about it's just getting me more excited. Mr. Gimpy, you want catfish for Tarp Award to get Master Angler? Head down to Kingston Stream Plant in Knoxville in March. You'll catch some huge catfish. All right, I'm gonna keep that in mind. Cause this spring's target for Tarp is for March it's gonna be sauger. And then I'm gonna move on to white crappie because I need white crappie. So if any of you know good places for white crappie, because I did black crappie last year. I know somewhere to catch some really good black crappie. Um, I need somewhere to catch some slab white crappie though, so that's on my bucket list next. After, because right after the sauger get done doing their thing, it moves into the spawn for crappie. So that's gonna be next. So by next March, if I've got my trophy sauger done and caught, which let me speak that up. After I catch my trophy sauger here in the next few weeks, that can be my goal for next March, is to plan a trip to get out there and try to catch some big catfish. Because that'd be some fun. Oh, Mr. Gimpy, Wake, is there a certain species of catfish down there that's caught, or is it all species? Um, in the like, what type of bait do you use? Because ideally, I would like to go somehow get like live skipjack or like live gizzard shad, um, which is hard because you got to find them. Like I know places where there are gizzard shad and I know where there's skipjack, but it's just like catching them in numbers for bait and keeping them alive. I think that's going to be like one of the number one things that I'm going to have to figure out for my catfishing endeavors is the bait situation. Because I know, like, especially flathead catfish, they like live bait. Um, so I'd really like to have me some good catfishing bait like that, or maybe even like bluegill. I don't know. I'm gonna have to check out that channel you told me about because I'm pretty sure he can probably answer all my questions for me. Mr. Gimpy, do you have YouTube, Angie? Angie Fishing, yes, Angie Fishing YouTube. That's the name of the channel. It's Angie Fishing. So go subscribe and watch. Support our fellow fellas, I guess we're not fellas, but support our fellow female anglers because a lot of the times, us women, how do I word this? Sometimes I'm not okay. Look, I'm not saying that everybody and all men look down on female anglers, but sometimes you'll be out there fishing, and a man might think you don't know what you're doing. Angie fishing, do you ever experience that when you're fishing? Like, if like any like a manly man, um, ever kind of look at you crazy? I've had that happen a few times, especially when I'm like, when I'm putting my boat in and out of the water and stuff. People might look at me like I'm crazy, like, what's she doing? Um, I don't know. I guess there's not as many female anglers in Tennessee. I know like Florida's got like there's certain states that fishing is more popular amongst the women. But I feel like here in Tennessee, I don't. Whenever I'm fishing out fishing, at least the places I fish, I don't see a lot of women, and I don't know why. Like I don't. I honestly don't understand why anyone would have like fishing. Fishing's great, but yeah. So gotta support us female anglers because I mean, we 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 can be fish just like a man too. Angie Fishing, this has been out. I'm sorry, like, I haven't slept much, so my reading, I sound like a child. I'm sorry. This has been out. Uh, our worst winter I can remember. This coming week, 60s in East Tennessee. Yes, next week's supposed to be nice in Middle Tennessee too, and I'm really looking forward to it because, I mean, not trying to knock Mother Nature, but that winter really put the damper. This snow put the damper on everything because once it melts and gets into the waterways, it kind of puts a damper on things. So over it. I'm over it. Angie Fishing, yep. Okay, that's answering to the YouTube channel. Sorry, I'm trying to keep I'm all over the place. I'm trying to keep make sense. Angie Fishing, I got all over Tennessee fishing and do lives and videos. Oh, okay, let me read that. Okay, she says she goes all over Tennessee to fish and does lives and videos. Okay, so definitely check her out. To anyone in my live that is just now joining or has not checked out Angie Fishing, go check it out. Um, Anyone who has a channel on here, let me know because I know some of you do because I've seen them. But anyone that's new or it's just like tuning in before you tune out, because I know sometimes people click on it real quick and click off. Before you tune out, drop drop a comment. Let us know if you have a channel so we can all support one another. Country Kirby, you just have to keep going live and people will start flooding in here. I seen flooding and got PTSD. No, I'm just kidding. I see the word flood and all I can think about is how the waters look the past few days out here. Yeah, Country Kirby, I'm gonna try my best to. My situation right, at least I guess no situation is necessarily permanent. I will get through with all the craziness going on right now. Uh, but I'm gonna try to every week, even if it's just like us chatting and just like chopping it up about fishing and what type of fishing we've been doing recently and talking the weather. Like even if we do this, I'm gonna try my best. And if I have a service um, when I'm sauger fishing, I'm gonna still gonna try to do that live sauger fishing because that's a lot. That's sauger fishing some fun. Um, but yes, Country Kirby, I'm gonna try my best. I'm gonna try my best to do that. Angie Fishing, lives are great for watch hours and subscriptions. Okay, I'm trying to get into doing live streams. I'd like to try some more fishing, but my last one I tried with fishing went south because your girl didn't think about whether or not I was gonna have service. So I get out there and I try to live stream, and it keeps going off. So it didn't work. That was the last time I actually tried to live stream. It was a few weeks ago. So um, I guess I have to get used to it. When you live stream, if anyone knows how, well, I know Google, what is it, Google Voice. I'm gonna check that out. But if you guys know any programs or apps to use to where I can take calls, because that'd be a fun way to do talk fishing with you guys, is if we can like get calls on the live stream. That way we can all engage with one another better, you know? Because that's the whole point of me wanting to do talk fishing is so we can interact with one another. Um, and just we can like come up with our own like little fishing squad or something. How cool would that be? Um, that would be freaking awesome. Have like a fishing squad and do collabs with one another sometimes. That'd be so much fun. I'd like to have some more fishing friends 'cause I don't have a lot of fishing friends. Like honestly, like most of the time I'm fishing by myself or fishing with my kids. So, um, fishing friends, I need them. Perfect level fishing. I kayak fish. I'm always down. Let's go. Okay, check out. Anyone that's just tuning in, check out my contact information. I got it in my bio on YouTube. I just recently made an Instagram uh, to give people another opportunity to reach out to me. So we got Instagram, Snapchat, and Fishbrain. Um, I do plan on making a TikTok, but it's give me some time because what I'm doing with TikTok is going to be a little bit different or a lot different what I'm doing on these other sites. I'm actually gonna start the next few weeks, or it might take a couple months because my work schedule is freaking wild. I'm actually gonna make some videos of tying knots and marine knots too. So once I get a certain amount of videos up to get a TikTok channel started because I've never had a TikTok, so I need to kind of figure out how to use it. But I think the best thing to do is get um, maybe like maybe like 10 videos ready to go already to put up there because I want to do a TikTok just for like just like fishing help on fishing knots because I know fishing knots tying the different fishing knots and marine knots for boating can be um, it can be well it can be controversial because there's a lot of different ways people might tie or different knots that people use. So I would like to have a TikTok strictly for tying the different types of knots because that's a very important thing to know when you're fishing and when you're boating. And also it would make me more proficient in the knots that I'm not as great at tying because I literally probably use the same two knots for everything, and I really want to stray away from that because I'm pretty sure there's better knots I could use for certain situations. So uh, whenever I do get that started, I'll let you guys know. But it's just an idea that I had rambling around in my head the past couple of weeks. And well, I say a couple of weeks, but it's really just been a couple days. But it's gonna take me a few weeks to get some videos going to do that. So that's coming soon too. But y'all reach out to me. Like reach out to me since I don't have a way to officially talk to you guys on here. Um, like reach out to me so we can get some stuff in the works. Angie Fishing, start making people mods and people can click and connect to each other. I don't know how to do that. I'm sorry, I'm not as tech savvy as I need to be in this world we live in. I need to figure out how to do that. So, Angie, if you have any more advice on how I can do that, please let me know. Because I haven't live streamed very much, so I'm not really good at doing this. I usually just read right out of this comment section, but I wanna be able to like take calls or something. Because I've seen people do it on YouTube before. Like they'll be live streaming and you can hear the whole person call in. That'd be so much freaking fun to do that. We can really swap some stories and stuff then. W. Buchanan just have to be floating. I love floating and fishing. Country Kirby, you don't want them. Oh, oops. Mad homeowners yelling at you. Well, if you floating, you fine. Honestly, I haven't had too many issues. Because usually, typically, when I see no trespassing, I respect that. Like I get it. I'm not gonna trespass. Um, there was one time that me and my fishing buddy came back to a note on his truck, to where he from where he was parked. But we're still able to access that stream in a couple other spots. And then there was this one time on the same stream. This is a stream that about 25 minutes from my house, absolutely beautiful, great fishing. And it's really been the one access point that's like really common to access has been overfished a lot the past year and a half. So honestly, this past year, I didn't even fish that spot. I didn't even go down there, but I'm gonna go down there this spring to see it. But I'm telling you, like when I see the no trespassing, more than likely, I, I say more than likely, I don't trespass to access the places. But there has been one time we got a note, and then there was the one time on the same stream, we had stopped. Me and my fishing buddy stopped off on a rock bar to cool off because sometimes we might stop off, have lunch or just like to cool off, or to even just fish from the rock bar. And someone pulled up in the side by side and said that her brother would be very upset if he saw us out there. So we just We just moved along. We just got in the kayaks and moved along. But I haven't really dealt with quote unquote too many Karens while fishing, but it seems like these streams around here, I don't know if it's like this everywhere else in Tennessee, but landowners are really cracking down. And I don't think, like, I respect that. I'm pretty sure it has nothing to do with, hey, I don't want people fishing here, these are my fish. It's probably, hey, I don't want people uh littering and or destroying my property. So um, I know that probably has a lot to do with it. So you got some bad apples that ruin it for the good apples. That's really the situation they deal with. Mr. Gimpy TWRA has an interactive map of launch sites. Okay, I'm gonna have to look that up. I like using their website to check water levels, but I didn't know you could check launch sites. That's cool because I usually use Google. I get down, I get on Google Earth, and I'm like, huh, this bridge looks like I can crawl down in there, and I can't tell you how many spots I actually found access points just using Google Earth. Google Earth's a really neat thing to use too. It might get you into some trouble sometimes, but there's that too. But I will check that out, Mr. Gimpy. Okay, you guys. Sorry, it's 8 o'clock. I'm gonna go through the rest of these comments and drop some more comments if you have them, because I actually have something I got going on tonight. So I'm gonna have to get off here. My boyfriend's cousin's having a birthday party, and I think we might be going to it. So I got to go in there and see what's going on with that, because I might need to like brush my hair or something. So I'm gonna get off here in a minute. Is what I'm trying to say. But we will do this again next week. So just be looking out. I'll post. I'll keep more information. Hopefully, if uh, the mechanic's done with my boat for me to take it out next weekend, uh, instead of a talk fishing, I will attempt to do a live fishing. And if it's one of the situations where I don't get service, so just know if I ever do have a live planned and it's for fishing, and you don't see me go live, just know it's because I don't have service. So I'll just let you know ahead of time that I can't guarantee that I will have service. But I'm hoping we can do that next week. Mr. Gimpy said, not sure if you can click links, but here map for trout stocking. Okay, yeah, no link, but I can look it up. I'm gonna look it up. Mr. Gimpy, yeah, factory work sucks. I mean, it's I don't mind the job itself.